We have arrived at beautiful and historic Crater Lake Lodge. This will be our home the next 2 days. We booked our room here at Crater Lake Lodge 365 days in advance so that we could make sure to have a room with a view. The view of Crater Lake from beautiful Garfield Peak. Tuesday morning, September 12th, we're going to hike the Cleetwood Cove Trail. It is the only legal method of getting access directly to the lake, but it's super steep. They say it's like hiking 65 flights of stairs. The only way to get to the lake, the only way to do a boat tour, the only way to do any fishing, the only way to do any swimming is to take this path down to the lake. We made it down here to the bottom, and it is some beautiful, clear water. Crater Lake is a volcano that exploded about 7,000 years ago, and the remaining caldera has filled up with water from snow and ice over many centuries. Getting close to the top of the Watchman. There's the old watchtower that is still in use. The volcano erupted 7,700 years ago. It was 100 times more powerful than the eruption of Mount St. Helens, and it left this caldera, the cylinder, that filled up with rain and snow and became Crater Lake.
Bench Point Big Run. They take down Stanford on the road at Maples Pavilion. Then the Big Reds undefeated, 8-0.
Today we're traveling from Crater Lake National Park in Southern Oregon to Lassen Volcanic National Park in Northern California. Driving down Highway 97, we get a great view of Mount Shasta, the 5th tallest mountain in the state of California and the 2nd tallest in the Cascade Range, behind only Mount Rainier. We stopped at this little roadside park to get a better look at Mount Shasta. It's 14,162 feet tall and has 3 glaciers on top. Today is Wednesday, September 13th, 2023. It's about 3 in the afternoon. We spent most of the day driving down from Crater Lake National Park, but we've got time for one good hike, so we're going to do the Kings Creek Falls Trail. This trail reminds me of the Mist Trail at Yosemite National Park, which also had steps along the trail right beside a beautiful waterfall. And the Mist Trail at Yosemite National Park was our favorite hike of all time. We have found the scenic overlook, and this is King Creek Falls. We continue to wind our way south toward the south entrance to the park, but we stopped here at Sulphur Works, and we're going to look at some mud pots. Wow. I guess that's why they call this place the Little Yellowstone. Today is Thursday, September 14th, 2023. We spent last night in Redding, California, and this morning we're heading back to the south entrance to Lassen Volcanic National Park. we decided to go back to the south side because that's where all the good stuff is, including bump ass hell. Bumpus Hell got its name because an early mountaineer named Kendall Bumpus said when he got to this area, he turned around and all of a sudden, all the wonders of hell were before his eyes. Kendall Bumpus will always be famous for discovering this area, but the story goes that one day he took a misstep and had to have his leg amputated. Okay, I think this might be our last hike at Lassen Volcanic National Park. We are hiking to Cold Boiling Lake. So the name Cold Boiling Lake is obviously a contradiction. The story behind it is that this is a cold water lake. We're at 8,500 feet, but the water looks like it's boiling. That's because the geothermal activity happening below the surface is releasing tiny bubbles of gas, and those gases are trying to escape through the water, and that makes the cold water look like it's boiling. We're here northwest of Redding at Whiskeytown. Okay, we drove 2 miles down a 1-lane dirt road, but we found the trailhead. We're gonna go hike to a waterfall. Woke up Friday morning in Redding, California. Now we're heading back to the airport in Medford, Oregon. What a great trip.